My name is Nance. I'm running for District 1 as well. I have a small fabrication shop up in the western part of Lincoln County. We do machining and welding. I have 2 kids. One is 3, one is 2. Married for 8 years. My wife is a teacher. I'm running for school board to get involved in the school and make sure when my kids and the other kids in Lincoln County get to school that they get the proper education they deserve. Our school has been catered to send our kids to universities. Our economical fix we are now in, we need to look at education and try to get our kids when they graduate high school, maybe catered towards more of a technical school or maybe straight to workforce. There's a lot of people out there with educational degrees, with college graduate degrees, I guess I should say, but workforce now is needing to be more needs to be more focused on getting kids and people back to work. So I think vocational and getting them more catered to the workforce industry is what we need to look at as a school board members. Thank you.
Thank you all. This is a question for BOE candidates. BOE sets its own ethics policies and has its own ethics enforcement, if any. So it's bound by its own willingness of its own members to actually not only develop it, but make it stick, have it happen. And 3 incumbents and 1 former BOE member who are running this November have been embroiled in some ethics controversies. And I'd like to know how each of you would propose to hold your fellow board members accountable for the ethics policy that's written, already existing in the book.
I think on ethics, it needs to be not open for interpretation. I think it needs to be black and white. I think if there's some issue that is brought up, it needs to be brought up in all the school board members or whatever committee you are on and discussed to see if it was actually said or not said. Then if it was said, you need to see what procedures you have to follow to kick that person off the school board member or off what committee you might be on. I think on ethics, you shouldn't be on the committee to get something out of the committee. You need to do it for all the right reasons. You shouldn't have an agenda whenever you get on the board. So for me, if I'm elected, you won't have to worry about me having some type of outside agenda because I'm an ethical person in business. So that's the same theory I would use on the school board member.
And for BOE again, if you have BOE experience, what outcomes can you point to specifically that you personally initiated to improve education in Lincoln County schools? If you do not have BOE experience, what will you propose specifically to improve education in Lincoln County schools?
I don't have any school board experience, so for me, I would try to bring technology back into the schools from bringing some tablets into some of the lower grades, because some more hands-on experience for lower kids in elementary school really helps kids learn math, reading, and spelling a whole lot easier than just trying to learn it from a teacher. I also agree with, thank you, Mike, more about the School of Technology building. We need to look at that and try to bring more vocational programs into that and reamp it and try to get it back up to par, because like you said, 20-year program, it needs a little bit of catering and some rework done to it. For me, I think our programs we have in school was pretty good. I think there's a lot of catering we could do to make our programs a whole lot better, make sure our kids succeed in life. So for me, I would try to bring more technology in some of the other schools or in the lower schools to help our younger kids be more advanced in technology, because we do need smarter kids to become lawyers, doctors, but we also need to make sure that we don't leave other kids out that will not succeed in college. You know, make sure whenever they leave high school that they can go straight into a workforce atmosphere, make sure they can make a living. So when they get, like, they're all set 50s, 60s, they can retire and have somewhat of a nest egg. So that's what I think I would like to do.